When the COVID pandemic hit in 2020, it created a surging demand for electronic signature services. When no existing provider offered any relief, a young programmer decided to use technical innovation and free market forces to combat what he saw as corporate greed.
E-signing is the digital equivalent of signing a physical document with pen and paper. E-signing is legally binding, and it's generally more convenient and more environmentally friendly than signing physical documents. Recently, e-signing has become a necessity due to social distancing from the COVID pandemic. Because e-signing had become a necessity, there was a really big need for a free option, but the existing e-signing solutions weren't really providing the generous free tier that I thought would be necessary. So I decided to build RabbitSign to be that solution. RabbitSign is able to offer its services for free because it leverages AWS serverless technology, and that has a really low operating cost. It costs less than $1 to process 1,000 document signings. There's a lot of regulations and laws that might come into play when we're talking about e-signing. For example, you have HIPAA, which is a federal law which safeguards patients' protected health information.
The importance of HIPAA compliance is any organization that is interacting with protected health information really needs to make sure that they understand how their organization runs on an administrative, security, and privacy level to protect that information as it's being communicated with the patient or with other medical groups, covered entities, or what's called business associates. That's the importance of compliance. If it's not done correctly, whether it's stolen identities or information that should not have been shared, the impact on an individual patient or whole organization can be dramatic.
HIPAA-compliant e-signing normally costs thousands of dollars. And this is because in order to say that your e-signing business is HIPAA compliant, you have to get some sort of third party to attest to your compliance. Normally, this attestation costs tens of thousands of dollars a year, but RabbitSign was able to find a compliance partner in Compliancy Group, which really supported RabbitSign's mission of lowering healthcare costs. So Compliancy Group actually waived their fees to support the mission.
As an unlimited free e-signing service, including HIPAA compliance, RabbitSign is changing the landscape for e-signatures, but it's not stopping.
After HIPAA compliance, RabbitSign's focuses have been on validating its architectural integrity and its security. Back in October 2022, RabbitSign passed a penetration test, which was designed to make sure that RabbitSign's security posture was solid. RabbitSign's also nearing the tail end of a well-architected review, the process where cloud computing experts go through RabbitSign's architecture and make sure that it's both efficient and secure.
In the process of performing a well-architected review, we take a look at things like security of the account, security of the application, the reliability of the application, whether it's going to go down if it gets too much traffic, things like that. And what we found when we performed the review for RabbitSign was that it was honestly one of the best architected accounts that I've ever encountered. Stanley really has an attention to detail, and he put together an application that utilizes AWS in a way that is rock solid in terms of security and reliability, and also really inexpensive for him, and makes it possible for him to not charge for this service that every other company out there charges an arm and a leg for.
Beyond HIPAA, RabbitSign is going big on its compliance frameworks. So we're looking at SOC 2 compliance, ISO 27001 compliance, same thing with GDPR, CCPA, and all of these are designed to ensure customers of RabbitSign's maturity and security. RabbitSign is also looking at becoming 21 CFR Part 11 compliant. That's a FDA regulation that puts standards on medical and drug research. RabbitSign is also targeting FedRAMP compliance. FedRAMP is a framework that's required for any company that wants to sign government contracts. Those contracts are usually really expensive for the government. So by becoming FedRAMP compliant, RabbitSign is aiming to save taxpayer dollars. RabbitSign is something I call an activism corporation. An activism corporation is a new type of company I created which explicitly prioritizes social good over profits. The codifying rule is that half of any profits made on stock gains need to be dedicated towards social good. My ultimate goal is to foster a multi-industry community of activism corporations which can help by cooperating with each other and building a better future for everyone. RabbitSign might be my first activism corporation, but it won't be my last.
To learn more about RabbitSign, visit RabbitSign.com.